please, with due respect, if President Tinubu wanted to keep anything about his life private, he shouldn't have run for president in the first place. As long as he's our president, we have a right to ask and inquire.
This is it.
This France, think you almost every time. France, UK. With taxpayers' money. This year, God knows how many times he's gone.
100% I agree with you.
And that's why when Ayo was talking, the president should, if it's local tourism, it's not tourism.
No, but the explanation was quite vague.
I'm going by what the statement. It's not tourism. That's why they always, it was when we said we must demand accountability, they now showed us a picture of President Tinubu meeting the king in London then. That's when they say that was the only thing he was doing and working.
Yeah.
We can't keep having this visit without even knowing what is going on there.
Transparency.
There's no big deal.
Yes, no big deal.
If there's a medical situation, release it. If there's a medical report, let us see it. If there's none, show us.
Everyday France.
And for that section 145, Ayo.
Yeah.
They will not respond to that because over the years they've already put that lacuna in. They will say if it's not up to 21 days threshold, then you don't need to hand over and all of that. That's the kind of. And you know why I'm saying this?
Yes, why?
President Buhari did the same. He left for months.
But President Buhari was 6 months at a time.
We was quite a time.
And we keep forgivable.
So
hold on.
Let me take this tweet and I'll come to you. Another Twitter and because this story is quite viral. It's quite shocking at the point. At the same time, only because he just came back. Well, this person on X wrote, at a time when hunger, unemployment, insecurity, poor health care, fuel crisis and unbearable inflation are killing Nigerians daily, a president has no business running abroad for vacation. True leadership means staying home, facing the problems head on, and sharing in the suffering of the people you govern. Go ahead.
Let me even start from the beginning. Before he became president, the president had been going to France. So we already saw the writings on the wall, that when he does become president, he might very likely be going on these trips. Recall that before his inauguration as president in 2023, he was away in France for 34 days. In fact, what they said at the time was that he went to go and plan the transition, proper transition committee. And we see a lot of people going to France as the new capital of Nigeria because now, they almost put Aso Rock extension in France at the time. So what we're seeing now is what we already had an indication of before he became president. And there were speculations even at that time on the status of his health and whether or not he should declare. And this is where citizenship, active citizenship comes into play. As to the people that we elect into office, to what extent do we demand of them in order for us to repose our trust in them to lead us as a people? Are we satisfied with not knowing their records, or do we make it a condition to the extent that we make it as part of a constitutional provision that anyone who wants to lead us as a nation must declare his health status? I say this because there's an implication for you as a taxpayer. Every time the president goes out of town, guess who's footing most of his bills? We, the Nigerian people. And so you who haven't had enough money, or you don't have enough money to know where your next meal is coming from, have part of your Commonwealth being spent to maintain the health and lifestyle of a public official abroad. Beyond that, and I still maintain this, Rufai, that if on the surface of things, what Mr. Bayo Ononuga says he's going to do is annual vacation. And to be fair to him, he is entitled to annual vacation, and we cannot legislate as to where he chooses to go on annual vacation. We can raise questions around why the destination of France and the United Kingdom so stipulated as part of his contract. He can go anywhere he wants to. But I did mention that as chief marketer of Nigeria, there are nice places in Nigeria that even for the optics, he can choose to go for 1 week, 5 days, and then spend the rest abroad. Why can he not go to, I talk about Yankari Game Reserve. You know what that happens? What happens is that it brings in revenue. Yeah. It means infrastructure development will be in those areas. If the president chooses to go to these places, he can visit the Kano Walls. He can go to Yankari Games Reserve. He can go to Indore Hills in Ondo State. He can come to Lagos here and go to Nikkei Art Gallery or go to the beach. There's so many beach fronts. But let me just warn Nigerians. He's going to United Nations General Assembly this month. So let me just prep you that he's going to be away again to the United States of America.
Just a minute, please, because we have to go.
Yeah. Talking about, the president has gone to France, has gone to UK. It's a frequency of it that people are concerned about. The last time he went to the same France and UK, he spent 19 days. He came back just before 2 days. Now they say he's going for 10 days. Now, Mr. Ononuga says he's going on a working leave. didn't say he's going for medical reasons. So that medical reasons that people are talking about is speculative because that's not what he has said. However, transparency and accountability is important. I had commented on this morning. I only want to add a footnote. Now, I've seen a picture of when the president was leaving.
We have the video. I don't know why they are not playing
the video. Some governors went there to see him off. Now, some of those governors, I don't want to embarrass them.
Yes.
When he was returning a week ago from Brazil, they were at the airport to receive him. Look, people should call their governors to account. If they have no job in their states, they should stop going to
airports
airport to receive president,
shake hands.
To see president in an utter display of sycophancy. Don't they have jobs in their states? And some of them go to this Abuja just to go, goodbye, sir, welcome, sir. What kind of governors are these?
All right. Well, all right, Dr. Mati, well said. We need transparency. Yes, that really is the sum up of this conversation. Well done, you all. Thank you very much for that.
And take chairman. Now you have given yourself national chairman. Let the president go to the south. Why not be that as it used to be? Why not be that arrogant to say nothing will happen? No, they've realized that something will happen. It happened in 2023. Even this one you have done now. To what? Bringing Obi to where? Obi to where? You want to kill the party, the ball?
You won't allow.
Obi that, I mean, you see, if somebody don't have characters, Obi, that was abusing the party, that the party is rotten, is this. So the party is good enough for you to come and run for, you see these people, ambition can make you even go to Satan's house.
Minister,
don't excuse me. Don't rush. You ask question. So, Obi is not anybody who says so, like the Bala said, I had him say, that is Bala's opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. But if you want to destroy the party, dare it. If you want to destroy this party, dare to bring Obi. Let even Obi come. There's no way he will go because of ambition. Can't we be principled? Because you're looking for president. Anybody that, if he is not available, this person costs me, this person costs me. So no more ideology, no longer principle. You talk about Jonathan. I respect Jonathan very well. I know he does the role as an elder statesman. And somebody the international community respects, and I think he will continue with that. These people who are weighing Jonathan, what is their strength? Are they not the same people who played him game in 2015? Some of these people, I see what I don't like is people who are trying to play to the gallery. Bala is entitled to say he's waiting for Jesus Christ. He's waiting for Prophet Muhammad. He's entitled to. But that is not the view, or that's not the opinion of you have heard that as a governor that who intends to run. If that governor is true that he intends to run, how would Banana be saying that PDP is waiting for either His Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan, former president, or His Excellency Peter Obi? For Christ's sake, nobody should cause problem for the party. When you cause problem for the party, you now say people are behind this problem. You are the one talking about. How will anybody even contemplate?
Are you going to run since it's been zoned to the south? Are you running for presidency?
I will not run. So don't even, let me tell you, wait, that's what excuse me. So you hear it very well. You know, people have to cause confusion everywhere. I have, no, that's something. I have integrity, I have character. There's no way. My appointment is there. We are saying you should run. Then I'll turn around to say I want to What kind of, you know, we are talking as if people who don't even have integrity. What will my children ask me?
Okay, Your Excellency.
So your support is for Tinubu?
Yeah, is it today you need?
It's obvious.
I'm surprised.
Even when your party, when your party has zoned its presidency to the south as well.
That's why you zone. To satisfy, you see, it's late.
I'm curious to ask.
Yes.
You talked about party ideology and principles that these politicians don't have. The ones you mentioned, Atiku, Peter Obi. I'm just curious as to your thoughts generally. Is that something that permeates our political landscape in Nigeria
It's
now?
not correct. You would prefer those. Okay, to take for example, where have I left? From since 1998. I've been in PDP. I've told you when there's a fight, I'll fight it there. Look at how you know character. I mean, I just analyzed to you here. Atiku, 1999. 2007, he ran under Action Congress. 2011, he came back around for the presidential ticket of PDP. 2014, he left PDP and went to APC and ran for the presidential ticket. 2017, he came back and became president candidate of PDP 2019 and became president candidate of PDP 2023. Now again he had left to ADC to seek for presidential ticket. Is there any prescription of drug?
Okay.
For you, I mean, it doesn't matter. That's why I said about principle. Is that a coalition now? See what they call coalition. When CPC and ACN say, look, we want to fight the ruling party. Let's form a party. I would try to come with All Progressive Congress. That is a coalition. Not about you. Every time you want to be this, if you don't get it, you move to the other party. He says a coalition. How can that be a coalition? It cannot be a coalition. A coalition is when two political parties, or more than two political parties, come together. Then you say, look, they are forming this for purposes of defeating the ruling party. Not when you, an individual, you didn't get a ticket here this year. You run to the other party. Then if you didn't get there, you already say you run to the other party, it's a coalition. That cannot be the definition of a coalition.
Interestingly, your media aide released a statement shortly after the PDP did the zoning, and he said that you had been vindicated. Yourself and the G5 governors were vindicated.
Okay.
He also asked a question in that statement. I want to believe he was speaking for you when you were saying, is it not too late? Can you answer that question?
I'm not saying it here.
It's too late.
You know,
Just
something you would have come out on time for people to be a president, to run for presidency. It's not by mouth. Except you just want to, you see, there are people who want to answer, I was presidential candidate. There are so many people who say, look, I was presidential candidate. It will be their CV. And then they say they are not the leader of the party being the presidential candidate. For Christ's sake, I've been into this business. I came out to run for presidency before. I know what it took me to go around this country. That is for primary election, not even general election. I know where I was heading to. So it is not just only the resources. You will also have to be mentally alert and be prepared psychologically. You have to. It's not, oh, it has been zoned to us. Therefore, I can now run. No, it's not done that way. It's not done that way. I'm saying that, look, except somebody, and I have not seen. I have not seen who in the party. Bana said he didn't, he sacrificed his ambition. But as you know the truth now, he knows it was not going to be easy.
For Nigeria, you get what we call ungodly hour. This ungodly hour, a lot of people don't understand. They say, what's ungodly hour? Ungodly hour. Ungodly hour is, for example, a rich man, Peking, commit crime, a charge and go court. At the charge and go court, so they can't find him guilty. They can't sentence him to 20 years imprisonment, or let's say 10 years imprisonment. 10 years imprisonment. Let's say this rich man Peking then and somewhere. You understand? This ship man now can go pay the necessary police officer, so be the boss. Right? The police officer now can send the boys go outside. They can go find regular poor man picking, like me and you. We just come out from school or come out from their friend's house for late hour, like 10, 9 o'clock, 11, maybe 12. They won't catch you now, arrest you. Say, what are you doing outside by this ungodly hour? Once don't hear ungodly hour, don't know, say, Charlie, your matter don't, your case closed. They carry go to their station. Before you know, they never carry station safe. They can't tell you, say, from today for your name as Sam. Everybody has to say, what if your name? Say your name as Sam. Sometimes say they're going to beat you, safe, torture you, for you to just agree that name, say your name as Sam. You understand? Before you know now, they can go swap you with that boy who did for prison now, as Sam. That rich man picking, that be Sam now, will be the real Sam. They come fly and go outside. In a 10 years imprisonment, they charge this rich man picking. You go spend 10 years for US or Europe or anywhere where they can't go. You understand? Regular poor man picking go they outside prison, they rot. Because they waiting, because they the poor man picking. You understand? So now, you after that 10 years now, the rich man picking come back to country, like say you go to prison. This regular poor man now you go to prison and they go no say, now best way you go prison for be this. And guess what? They never come appreciate for anything. They don't give them nothing for free. Now our parents they see, they hear and say, but you know you come out anything past 8. Anything past 8, don't go. Because it is dark, and that dark hour, so God is not in control. It is the government officials that are in control. That's why they call it ungodly hour. You understand? If it is that they lie, Bobrisky is a classic example. Bobrisky was sentenced to prison. You understand? I think about 6 months in prison or 12 months in prison. For some reason, if they find out, say they go rent tax for her somewhere, for him somewhere, where would they stay? After in time is over, he come outside town. Can't they live large? You know, very dark man. We come broadcast and say this guy no go prison. And make him run come for prison. You run come for Nigeria because you know say the thing don't expose. Now you guys go prison. You run for Nigeria. Till now you know the Nigeria. You understand? That's to tell you for Nigeria, rich men know they go prison. They use somebody else to replace themselves. They are in Europe or America. That's why they call it ungodly hour. But thank God for Ghana. Ghana, nothing like ungodly hour. But that don't mean say you can't go to commit crime every for this hour. Ghana police, their eyes, we are right wide. Then they play with you, the Nigerian police, so do anyhow, you go see anyhow. You understand? God bless Nigeria, God bless Ghana, Ghana, Nigeria, Presido. Regardless, we are looking for the best Nigeria. Regardless, we are looking for the best Nigeria. Put it up for God's hand. God bless you.
There is nothing chasing Tinubu. There is something chasing him out of Aso Rock. Seriously. For a president who is supposed to be at home with all the myriad of problems confronting Nigeria, this man is always on the move. What is chasing him out of Aso Rock? Is there anything in that place that makes Tinubu not to sit down for once? I mean, look at it yourself. Every month, every week, this man must find somewhere to go to. Meanwhile, there are problems at home that he's supposed to handle. Is that why he was elected? By now, I expected Tinubu to put a moratorium on traveling until the problem facing Nigeria is solved. Because he cannot solve this problem from abroad. Tinubu cannot solve the problem at home from abroad, from flying all over the place. We have seen now that the so-called investors are not coming. He knows they will not come.
No, but Barrister, when you say that there are myriads of problems in Nigeria, the president clearly told us the other day, look, my work here is done. The economy has stabilized. Insecurity, we have eliminated corruption. Insecurity is nowhere in Nigeria. So when the president has done his work, shouldn't he travel abroad for vacation?
Did you believe him?
No, but he said.
What he said does not matter.
Okay.
Look, if you know somebody who has never told you a truth since you knew him, at what point will you now start believing what he's telling you? No, tell me one thing Tinubu told Nigeria that it came out to be true. Can you tell me just one thing he told us? One thing Tinubu told Nigeria that turned out to be truth. Mention that thing. You can see. You can see. He was just consoling himself by making such statement because the problem at home is still at home here. He's still at home. All the travels, how many investors has come? Initially, they told us that he had to travel to bring investors. Okay. How many of them has come, Mr. Kuro? How many?
Okay, now I guess we have to interrogate all of this maybe on another occasion. But
I'm surprised he just came back from somewhere and he's traveling again.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
No, but the president is entitled to an annual leave. He says it's his 2025 annual leave.
Annual leave.
Yes.
So this other one,
and in his own magnanimity, he decided to put, his efforts in saying, look, even outside when I'm on vacation, I'll still work for this country. Is there anything wrong in that?
Everything is wrong with it.
Working vacation.
Everything is wrong with it. He cannot operate from abroad because the problem is at home here.
Okay.
That's the truth.
No,
if I'm not mistaken, there are piles of files in that office in that sort of that Tinubu need to attend to. That he has not attended to.
When presidency says working vacation, does it look like he is trying to avoid transmitting letter to the National Assembly and powers to his vice president?
Of course.
Because if he goes on vacation, clearly he has to do all of that. So they now come up with the word working vacation.
Exactly. You can see now. You can see when a man is not truthful to himself. You can see. That means he did not even trust his vice. But he told us he did not make a mistake when he chose him. Double speak, double standard. I said anybody that believes Tinubu can believe anything.
Anyway, let's get into the politics of the PDP. Now, fresh tension has emerged within the PDP as two factions are steadily struggling for the soul of the party. One faction, the governors elected on the platform of the party, have threatened a showdown following fresh demands by another faction led by Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, and his loyalists ahead of the party's national convention. At a meeting held on Monday night, Wike's camp, known as the eminent leaders and concerned stakeholders of the PDP, issued new conditions for the November 15 and 16, 2025 elective national convention slated for Ibadan, Oyo State. Now, those at the meeting include Nyesom Wike, FCT Minister, former governors Okezi Ikpeazu, Abia State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Enugu, Fayose, Ayodele Fayose, Ekiti, PDP National Secretary Sam Anyanwu, Martins Amewule, suspended Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, and others. Now, in a communique issued in the early hours of Tuesday, day before yesterday, on behalf of the group and read by Autumn, as we saw in the footage, the stakeholders warned that the failure to meet their demands will render any purported national convention invalid, as legitimate members of the party will be disenfranchised. Well, the 6 demands are as follows. Number 1, fresh congresses must be held in Ebonyi and Anambra states in strict compliance with subsistent court judgments. Number 2, a new Southeast Zonal Congress must be urgently conducted. Number 3, the outcome of the South-South Congress in Calabar, already upheld by the courts, must be respected. Number 4, PDP should immediately conduct the Ekiti LGA Congresses in line with judicial pronouncements. Number 5, big one, there should be no micro-zoning of offices beyond the general zoning formula already adopted by the National Executive Committee of the party to maintain peace and stability. And finally, the national chairmanship position must remain in the North Central, consistent with zoning arrangement of the 2021 convention, where the leader stressed that the PDP is at a defining crossroads and that any attempt to sideline valid members or ignore judicial rulings will only deepen divisions. Unity cannot be built on disenfranchisement, exclusion, or neglect of valid judicial pronouncements. The communique read. It added that only transparency and fairness will guarantee a credible election. Now, Barrister, let's start from the footage we watched. That was the PDP stakeholders meeting, and the coat of arms of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was conspicuously displayed at the hall, and the monitor was in front of the participants. I know that that's not a PDP facility, and let's assume that the minister hosted it in his cabinet, in his ministry's office. Should a serving minister use officialdom to engage in party business? You saw how the president hosted APC meeting in Aso Rock the other time. What have we become, Barrister, as a people?
In fact, I thank God that Nigerians are witnessing what is happening, what Tinubu is using Wike to do. Because whatever Wike is doing today, politically, Tinubu is in support. He could not be doing all these things, and the Tinubu would just be looking the other side. And you are telling me that Tinubu is not concerned. After all, it's a PDP affair. No. He likes what Wike is doing. That's why you have allowed him, giving him all the privileges to be doing what he's doing. But unfortunately, like every other thing in this manner, it will boomerang, it will backfire. So, did you ever believe that Rufai and Tinubu will quarrel one day?
Okay.
So, I have told you, evil does not last forever. It's a question of time. Wike and Tinubu, they are going to expose themselves one day, just like Rufai is doing today. That is why I am not bothered. Whatever he is doing today is temporary.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, Barrister, let's get into the meat of the matter, because, there are many talking points. The group led by Wike has given their demands for Ibadan Convention to hold. Numbers 5 and 6 of those conditions seem to present total contrast. And does this speak to the intentionality of some elements to continue to cause problems in the party? Number 5 says, let the position of the national chairman of the party come back to North Central. Sorry, that's number 6. Number 6, rather. But number 5 said, he spoke against microzoning.
Microzoning, yes.
So isn't that some form of contradiction?
Exactly.
Now, we want the chairmanship position to come back to the North Central, where it resided before EHRU was shoved aside by the Supreme Court, by the courts. Now, but we are also against any form of microzoning. So what does that tell you? What's the target? Who is the target?
They want to cause confusion, simple.
Okay.
They want to cause confusion. And they want to make sure that P2B does not come in. That's why they are talking of Because when you say micro-zoning, it has to do with somebody from the southeast.
No, it has to do with somebody from a zone in the south.
Particular, yes.
Or a zone in any part of the
because
country.
we have already threatened that they will not give P2B such opportunity and all that he wouldn't want P2B. So if they micro-zone it in the southeast, that means you are looking at a P2B.
Okay.
Is that not the target? Now, let's look at it this way. In 2023, before the election, remember that it was zoning that pushed P2B to Labour Party. If the thing is made open, he will come in. But if it is zoned to the southeast,
he will step out.
He will step aside. We can knowing that this thing will not favor him. He now said they should throw it open. We can with this same autumn. I don't know what is giving autumn.
Okay.
To be teleguiding him.
You know, I described them as the G4. It used to be G5. Now, Makinde has stepped out. Looks like Ayofa is going to replace him because
he will still pull out. Don't worry, he will pull out.
Okay,
now, when that did not work, and during this thing that was thrown open, Wike lost to Atiku, and thinking that Atiku would choose him as a vice, when that did not work, that was when he started to become a new crusader, a new moralist, a new champion of PDP. You can see human beings. You can see how they have started the same thing again. You can see after the party have made their chairmanship to the north, Wike and his cohort are now saying that it must come to the north central. North central. That means they want to alter the equation.
No, because why Nigerians are bothered is because this looks like double speak. The same communique where you said take this thing to the north central, and in another breath you are saying please, we are against micro-zoning. And a lot of commentators on social media, even on traditional media, have said, look, looks like the southeast is the main target of this attempt.
That's what I just told you.
And you also said so.
Yeah, that's
why. What is it about the southeast? PDP leader, PDP state stalwart the other day, Show said that look, that the southeast, that the PDP has not treated the southeast
for years, exactly.
So that they should take their presidency
to the southeast.
Now, we are in a situation where, according to you, the same forces that pushed P2B out of PDP have come back.
Exactly.
What is it about the South? It seems
the
Southeast has not produced. We'll come to that. Has not produced president, vice president. Does it fit into the conspiracy theory that the Nigerian state is against the Southeast Igbo producing a president until after 60 years of the war?
No, you see, APC and their cohorts.
Okay.
They are afraid of P2B. Wherever he goes, if they see anything that will favor P2B, they will go and put a spanner in the
work. Now, will it have made a difference if another person from the southeast comes up? Is it about P2B or is it about the southeast?
It's about P2B.
Okay, not basically about the southeast.
No, because they know P2B is a good product from the southeast.
Okay.
That is why they are afraid. Because if you zone it there, you know who will take it. Nobody will challenge P2B. Nobody will contest with P2B.
Okay.
That is the fear. If you come to the southeast today, P2B is the biggest pride of the Igbos. So anything politically, P2B must come first. And the Wike and his cohort, they know that the popularity of P2B is a very good weapon.
Okay, now, Barrister, the point I don't want us to, couch this discussion around P2B. I want us to concentrate on the Southeast, the presidency. No president, no vice president. The last time the Southeasterner became vice president was in 1979, just 9 years after the war. And since then, not even the position of vice president has come to the Southeast. What is it about the Southeast that, about the Southeast?
I said it is deliberate, Mr. Okoro. It is deliberate. In 1983, Shagari was to hand over to Ekwueme. But when Buhari and his fellow travelers discovered that this is what is going to happen under PDP, they had to do that coup. And in an interview, a journalist asked Buhari, is it true that one of the reasons why you did that coup was because you don't want the Southeast to become the president? They said yes. Buhari said yes.
Barrister, is it on record?
I said Buhari said yes. I want that interview. Don't tell me it's not on record. He said yes. And he was not apologetical about it. This is not the first time. Remember, there was a time a Southeast, I think Dick also, was to become AU.
Peter Ono.
Peter Ono, yes. Was to become AU, what's it called now?
Secretary General.
What happened? Because it was in fact, it is on the lap of an Igbo man. On the lap, they placed it on the lap because of his experience and everything. All African leaders say it must be that man. What did the Buhari do? What did he do? He did not choose a Nigeria. He went to Niger. Mr. Okoro, he went to Niger and brought somebody to come and take the position of a Nigerian. Now, ask me again whether that one is on record. Ask me. Which one is even worse? Is it the presidency he denied the Igbos, or this one that he went to go and bring somebody, a foreigner? Eh? These are the things that have been going on in Nigeria against the Igbo man, all because.
At the war, at the signing of the armistice between Philip Effiong and Obasanjo, you know, and the federal forces, you know, the federal part, that the Igbo man will not be allowed to become president of this country until after 60 years. Have you heard that story before?
Even if it's a story, nobody has made it public.
Okay.
But I know when Tafawa Balewa was dying, he said something like that in Hausa, and they have taken it up. Meanwhile, it was a misconception, because the only problem the Igbo man had was because he was alleged to have been the arrowhead of 1966 coup.
Okay.
But today, it has been debunked.
Okay, no, Barrister, this is more than 50 years. This is more than 50 years.
It has been debunked by even a Fulani man from the north. Babangida who wrote a book about
and said a lot about the 1960s.
Good.
But I want us to come out of the war situation. Now let's dwell on.
That is the genesis of our problem. That's the genesis. Yeah, that's the genesis.
So haven't we healed? Is it that the Nigeria of today has not healed? Because the northerner is scared about the Igbo man. The westerner is scared about the Igbo man. The southerner is scared about the Igbo man. What is it about the southeasterner?
Mr. Okoro,
does it still go back to the war years or what?
You are an exceptional human being as long as you are an Igbo man, not just in Nigeria but in Africa, even outside Africa. You are an exceptional human being. The people that are attacking they know. They are surprised. In fact, they are more than surprised that the Igbo man is who he is in terms of diligence, entrepreneurship, wisdom, intelligence. Is there any other thing, any other crime the Igbo man has committed except these things? Diligence, hard work, creative, independent-minded. Is there any, please, somebody should call and tell me that, yes, these are one single crime the Igbo man has committed in Nigeria, except these things. So, it has become a crime for you to be hardworking, diligent, creative, intelligent. This is the only crime the Igbo man has committed in Nigeria. Any other thing, somebody should come and dispute me now. That's the only thing. That is the only thing. Okay, right, and if you look around, it is playing out up to tomorrow. Go and see what they did with the War Museum in Omai. Go and see the creativity of the Biafran scientists. This thing baffled the whole world, not just Nigerian elites. They went there. Idiabo went there. When he saw what happened, he was asking them to say, come, who are the people that did all these things? The elders looked around and said, look, this idea came with the war, and it had gone with the war. That's what they told him at that time. So it is the creativity of the Igbo man that the whole world is afraid of. Unfortunately, the Nigerian state they don't know anything. They don't learn. Okay. When the Second World War ended, America took all the German scientists who were producing all those deadly weapons for Hitler and took them to America. They now laid the foundation for American military might.
Okay.
You can see now.
So, okay, it's easy to understand all of that. Now, Barrister, let's come back to the battle royale between the PDP governors and Wike camp. Who do you think will blink first? Because at first, Wike said that the convention hadn't been scheduled. Now they are given conditions. Conditions like, like we listed out. Thank you. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Now, please, I want your Barrister. I will partially agree with him that Igbo, but that Igbo man has the greatest problem with Igbos are the Igbos themselves. Now, what was the problem of P2B? P2B problem was still from his fellow brothers, the Southeasterners. Even till today, and the Anambra governor Soludo is still against him, which is even his brother. So the greatest problem of the Igbo man is the Igbo man. So please, I will say the Igbo man is relatively impossible for us to unite for a cause, and that is why other regions and other political regions are exploiting us, knowing our weakness, money, greed, etc. So thank you very much.
All right, thanks very much. Thanks for calling. We appreciate your call.
You see what he said. Look. There is no environment where everybody will support you in whatever you are doing.
Okay.
Even in the southwest here, some people are against Tinubu. Exactly. True or false?
Very correct.
In the north now, are you not seeing what is going on? Are they not quarreling? Those things are just minor issues. We are talking of core issues like a conspiracy against a particular tribe. That is what we are talking about here. Why is it that whenever it comes to it is people from the north and the southwest that will kick against it? It will not be this. It will not be this. You saw what Buhari did when he was in office. Was it the Igbo that told Buhari not to recognize the Igbos and give them appointment, Mr. Okoro? Is there anybody Buhari gave appointment and this and said, no, don't give him, we don't want him? Is there anybody? In the southwest now, is there any southeasterner that Tinubu gave appointment and the Igbo said, no, don't give him, he does not deserve it? Is there any? So these are the issues we are talking about. Not when people are scheming for political position, you say that they don't agree. Who told you that? Okay, if you don't, why are we supporting Obi? Why is it that if you bring 10 people today now and say, look, who do you trust or who do you like in this political dispensation? Look, almost a ton of them will say it is Obi. I mean from the southeast. That Obi is having a minor this thing with his governor, Peter Soludo. That one is minor. Didn't he win Anambra in the last election? Mr. Okoro, didn't Peter Obi win Anambra in the last election in 2023? Did he not? Was Soludo not in office that time?
All right.
So this thing that people are saying that is a lie.
Okay, Barrister, let's come back to the meat of the discussion, which is who blinks first between Wike and the governor's group.
Good, Mr. Okoro. Let me advise you.
Advise me?
Yes.
Am I an actor?
No, let me advise you before I go into this matter.
Okay.
Never you in life, be a weak man in any environment, in any situation you find yourself. Because the moment you demonstrate that attitude of weakness in the name of civility, you are educated, you don't want problem. A small rat, a reference will rubbish you. Whenever anybody who claims to have two heads discover that there is weakness somewhere, he will lash on it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes, let me tell you the history of a PDP. In the days of you, when PDP was PDP, who is your Wike? Wike cannot even open his mouth and talk. When the Obasanjo, the Tony Aninis, and the likes are PDP, it was so strong that.
Okay. All right, but one second, sir. Hold on to your line of thought. Let's take another call. Good evening, and thanks for calling in. Your name and where you are calling from.
Good evening, sir. My name is KSO. I'm calling from the United Kingdom.
Beautiful. Good evening. 1 minute, sir. Go ahead. Sir.
Yeah.
I want to react to our amiable barrister Darlington's conclusion about what the last caller just said.
Okay.
I want to agree with him. You see, what I don't want the Igbos to do is to subject their political freedom and their Republican way of living for mere political gains that will not advance their economic or political leadership progress. So to Barrister Darlington, you are actually very, very correct. You see, when people say the Igbo man is the Peter Obi's problem is the Igbo man is Igbo, the enemy of Igbo man is Igbo man. I don't succumb to that. I don't agree with that.
Yes.
The reason why I don't agree with that is this. You have people with differing opinion, differing interests. People will pursue their interests. What has helped the Igbo man is his Republican nature.
Okay.
And that has helped them. But that doesn't mean that at some point they cannot arrive at consensus to push for a political, to push for any agenda that will advance their economic progress. Economic progress.
All right.
Economic progress.
Okay.
That is very, very key.
All right, and thank you very much.
We appreciate to continue with their nature, and God will continue to bless them. One day they will get there.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Exactly, Mr. Okoro. Exactly, yes, because these Igbo people that they have been given appointment to use them against us. What happened? Did we kick against Dave Umahi's appointment as witness of works? When they want to use people who are not truly Igbos or who don't have the Igbo blood in them and all that, they will now use them against, and you now say the Igbos are fighting themselves. You can see, they will choose those who don't have the patriotic zeal of the Igbo man. They will use them against us, and you say that the Igbos are fighting themselves.
Okay,
like Wopus or the Manko, all those people. If they are truly Igbos, will they be doing what they are doing in their states?
Barrister, if they are truly Igbos, what do you mean by that?
No, they are not. They may be answering Igbo name. They are not. Seriously, your action speaks louder than your words.
Okay.
How can an Igbo man sell part of his state to people who will come and destroy that place?
Better to say that they don't have the interest of the Igbo.
They don't. That is,
rather than saying that they are truly Igbo.
Exactly. That is why this central government love them.
Okay.
And they are using them against us.
Okay, so we prefer to use the word that they don't have the interest of the Igbo man at heart instead of saying that they are not truly Igbo.
No, they are not.
Barrister, let's come back to the topic of discussion. Who blinks first?
Like I was telling you, in the days of PDP, this thing cannot happen. Wike have taken advantage of the weaknesses of PDP, that nobody is there again. I am telling you, if we have a very good and strong personalities in PDP, and Wike cannot be doing what he's doing.
Okay, now he's doing all of this
because nobody is there.
Now the governors have called his bluff and said, enough of this. We are not cowards. We are not going to, we will not allow someone, an individual, a group of people, to torpedo the process, the peace process, the party that we are building and all of that. So at this point, like I said, Wike at the point said, well, I'm not aware of any convention, but now he says, well, the convention can hold. Is it being weakened by the position of the governor?
Even what he's saying, you know that condition cannot be met.
Okay.
That means that they reverse what has been done because of Wike. Do you know what that means? You now surrender and subject yourself to the whims and caprices of one man who is not even holding any official position in the party. Do you know what that means? Okay, they are talking of equity and justice. What Wike is doing in Rivers State by handing his state to an opposition party, is it fair? Is it fair? Because in that demand, they were talking of equity and whatever. Is that equitable that a party that made you now stab them at the back, you betrayed them, you now took advantage that the people there are too gentle. You are now riding roughshod on their head as if you are using your own money to finance whatever. Wike did not spend one kobo that belonged to him to PDP. It was the money of Rivers people, and it is money of a state that belongs to PDP. Because when people are saying that he was doing that, was it with his own money? Ojukwu fought Biafra with his father's money. Is on record. Is Wike doing the same thing? Who was he before he became a political figure in Rivers State? Who was he?
But Barrister, all of those things now are within the realm of conjecture. Now the fact remains that Wike is a power block in the PDP. It is because now the question is, do you think that the 10 governors will be able to overpower him?
Let me tell you. Whether Wike like it or not, he will surrender to PDP. Okay. Yes.
You see that coming? You see that happening?
It must happen, not if. It must happen. Because I don't see how they will now surrender to a Wike and his demand.
But they have always done that. They have always done that.
I don't think so. They have not. They have not. Whatever Wike have been doing is just like a temporary measure.
He's questioning home with results.
When the chiefs are down,
Barrister, he's questioning home with results. He says, look, Sam Anyanwu, Daddy is the national secretary of this party, and it came to pass.
Because
he says nobody will remove Eli Adamagun until his tenure expires. It came to pass.
That matter went to court. I hope you remember.
To the court? Okay.
It was the court.
So who won?
No, he didn't win. It was the court for whatever reason.
But his candidate won in the court.
The part remember that they went to court.
Okay.
But remember that party offices is an internal matter.
Okay.
I hope you know that. So yes, all these things he's telling you now.
Who is the national secretary of the PDP as we speak?
It's Sam Anyanwu.
Whose man is he?
Is it? He may be a Wike, I don't know. He's a PDP man. Okay. I don't know of this Wike man.
Okay. He attended the meeting. He attended the meeting of the.
But the chairman is more important than the.
But the chairman was with the governors. At the Monday meeting.
Which governors?
The PDP governors that met on Saturday Saturday last week.
That is
the national chairman. So looks like. Do you think that they will be able to patch up this division within the PDP before the November 15th? It's going to be an elective national convention. So new officers will be elected. National secretary, national chairman, zonal chairman, and all of that. So do you think they'll be able to patch up all of this? That's why I call it royale between.
I don't want to speculate what will happen or what will not happen because the PDP elders are there.
Okay.
And I believe that when the chiefs are done, they will take a position.
Barrister, the elders have been there for the past how many years?
Look, when a man.
But the PDP has been in chaos.
Mr. Okoro, in my play, they say when a man becomes too arrogant and too strong, the villagers will gather together against him and they will not make it.
Okay.
You remember Gulliver's travel? When the Lilliputians saw this giant of a man, they brought him down and tied him up. And the rest is history. So Wike is a matter of time.
Okay, it's a matter of time.
Yes, it will collapse.
It's a matter of time. Let's see what happens. It's developing. Let's see what happens by November 15th.
Like I will advise PDP. Look,
elective national convention.
Mr. Okoro, I will advise PDP at this point now that their gentility should be put aside.
Okay.
If there is no madman among them, they should go and hire one.
Okay.
Because in a village where there is no madman, that village have not grown up. It's just that whose family will bring that madman. Because one day another madman will come from another village to enter that village. So if there's no madman to even deal with him, every day you'll be coming to terrorize the village. So right now, since the Wike has developed this arrogant behavior,
I'm sure you are using the word madman advisedly.
Let's
move
let
on.
Them bring him.
Now let's move on, Barrister. Kokwanso likely to go to APC. Did you see this coming? Rabiu Musa Kokwanso likely to go to APC.
He has been having meetings with Tinubu in Aso Rock.
And the moment he comes out from Aso Rock, he criticizes the president.
But
was it a smoke screen or what?
Exactly. Even this one, in speculations.
Okay.
We don't know where the direction these things are going. We don't know for now. Because there are issues even with Kano and NMPP. There are issues. Is that not true? At a point, they said that they have suspended Kwakwanso.
Okay.
They have actions there. So the thing is not stable for now. That is why you see these political issues. I don't want to speculate what will not happen because these people, they can change like a chameleon. These Nigerian, you don't know where they are going. So most times when I'm talking about them, I am very careful so that I don't embarrass myself. Okay. If I tell you now, if I tell you now that Kwakwanso is going to APC,
and eventually he doesn't go.
What I mean, would you refer to
in the optics? What do you see? You know, when you make such predictions, political predictions, like with a crystal ball, you give conditions like maybe because of what you have seen, because of the problem in Kano State and what is meeting with the president and all of that. Nobody wants you to be exact.
He will not go to APC because some people are still rooting for Shetima.
As my fellow lepers, I recognize the fact of my leprosy. I'm a Nigerian. That's why I'm always careful to explain that I'm not a citizen. I'm a victim of Nigeria. It is the grace of God that has kept one from the grave up till this point. 6 years ago, almost to the day, almost to the exact day, I was sent to prison by a court in this country for life, in the service of a church in this city. But the grace of God is what has kept me here, and I was freed. No, hold on, please. The point I'm trying to make to all of us is this. If we do not recognize the fact of the commonality of our victimhood, if you continue to think that those who voted Bulaba deserve their punishment and you don't want anything to do with them, you can't even bring yourself to show mercy to them as Christians, how do you bring yourself together to fight the evil? Okay, so you know the truth, but they are so ignorant because they have embraced hatred that they do not know the truth. How have you, as Christians, shown them the truth? I know it's actually very annoying, especially if you live in this neighborhood. This is Okota. Yeah. A vast majority of my Oriental brothers and sisters live in this neighborhood. You have borne the brunt of the madness that has overtaken our country. And you will see more. As we are drawing closer, because for them the election cycle has started. The election cycle has nothing to do with your votes. They don't care. They've written the result already. But having written the result, they need you to now begin to divide yourselves. You need to be told to ignore the pains in your bellies, the hunger. You must forget it. And for you to forget it, they must give you hatred to embrace. And I saw a piece in the paper, I think sometime this past week, and I know that they have started the race. You know what I saw? Ajeromi Felodun local government published a list of streets they were renaming in Ajegunle. And I saw how they are attempting to whitewash history and pretend that there is a certain ethnic group do not exist in that neighborhood. And I laughed. But I also know that it will require the complicity of good men and women who elect to embrace hatred for that madness to endure. I have lived in the Lekki axis for at least about 22 years. I have been associated with that axis for over 30 years. I know the area well. The names on our streets, and I'm just using this to illustrate so that you understand the insidious nature of the evil that has overtaken our country. The names on the streets in the entirety of the Lekki Peninsula, I don't know about other parts of Lagos State, they came about in a specified manner. Lekki was a swamp, a vast swamp. It was only the express that had any solidity to it. And they were selling land. And my Oriental brothers and sisters came. They would buy land in swamps. And then they would build roads with rubbles. And then they would bring transformer. And then they would build a street gate. And other people will be encouraged by the reason of their presence to come and start building on their own plots. And then the way you name streets, you take an application to the traditional ruler that the street be named after you. The traditional ruler and his secretary will verify your contribution to the neighborhood you are asking to be named after you. Almost every name you see decorating any street in Lekki, particularly the entirety of the greater Lekki Peninsula. They were men who either built roads or bought transformers. They were the first, they were the pioneers. Those who are today turning around and making it seem as if these things came by accident and they were on hand in an attempt to turn brothers against brothers for reason of political validation, they require you to forget that you are commonly lepers. May God cure all of us of our leprosy, but it does not change the fact that Nigeria has inflicted leprosy on those who should be citizens. Our afflictions are common to us. What do? I believe that in the coming days, weeks, and months, we must, as a collective, begin to find common purpose and set out what it is that we believe should happen to us as a people, and then stand behind our demands. They have children sent to correctional centers and facilities across the country. Parents are sat mostly unconcerned. A lot do not even know that this is in any way connected to them. But the reality is that tomorrow is actually quite gloomy if you took a very good look at where we are today. There is a urgency of now. That urgency does not allow us to outsource the resolution of these problems to a future generation. There is nobody coming to save us. The Americans won't save us. Get that clear. They benefit from this. Neither will the British. They've even tried to do you 419 now. They have a Yoruba sounding person heading the Conservatives. It's all a scam. They need to bring what they are losing in Europe. They need to bring it out of the Commonwealth. So everything that has happened to us, you will not hear any one of the beneficiaries speak on our behalf. Have you heard any condemnation from the European Union? Have you heard anything from Britain? Have you heard anything from America? A long time ago, we were busy naming streets after American diplomats, thinking that salvation was coming from abroad. Salvation is not coming from abroad. I also assure you that Daddy will lead you in prayers, but we also need to act. Without acting, prayers are, I'm sorry to say, useless. God will do what God will do, but men must do what men will do. And in our own case, if we stay here, we perish. It's not really just Bible speak. It's the reality. Our situation is dire. We need to find the commonality of our affliction and then find common ground and common purpose. I'm on a church pulpit, so I am careful not to offend certain sensibilities. But let me also say this. May the tribe of Pastor Ayedogbon increase.